Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Olawale from Shapedo Studio. Okay, yeah, quick one. Some guys reach out to me and I posted something on my status and they like it. So, and I would like to make a tutorial on it. It's actually this is a 3D for a designer, even if you're a beginner, you should be able to follow along. And I'm not trying to cover all the whole interface of the software. So the software we are going to be using is Cinema 4D and Photoshop. So I'm using Photoshop 2021 and the Cinema 4D. The version is 2023.1, which is the latest version of Cinema 4D. So I'm going to launch my software now. I'm going to launch my 2023.1. So stay tuned, guys. Okay, now our software has been launched. Okay, this is Cinema 4D interface, and the interface is very user friendly. So even as a beginner, you can actually understand it very well. You can see that there's a lot of changes here in Cinema 4D, like compared to the previous version, because we have, if you have been following Cinema 4D right from the inception, because I started following Cinema 4D, I think from R15, no, sorry, R14. I started following Cinema 4D to the latest version. So the UI has changed a little bit. So even if I want to change I want to change the interface, I can still change it. I can switch it back to the previous version, but still maintain all the old tools that has been added to it. So without further ado, this is where you can actually launch your project. That's a new project. You can see the shortcut Control N. So basically, what we are going to be doing here today is, I want to be showing those things I shared on my status. So let's get into it. So this is my interface now. So I'm going to switch this to the you actually understand. I can actually work with this, but for the sake of those people that doesn't have this particular version, so I'm going to just switch it. Let's go to our settings here. Okay, so let's go to hold on, interface. So you can see this, this highlight features. So you can see I can, okay, if you have a custom file, you can actually change it. So okay, I think they actually removed the other version. So because you can actually switch from other version, you understand. So okay, you know what? Let's just stick to this one and go ahead. So just close this. So now I want to have some stuff here. So I want to change this from here to standard. So now I'm going to launch a primitive now. So here you can see this something like this, and anywhere you see these dots, there is some other tools that is actually hidden there. So I'm just going to press down my mouse, then you can pick whatever shapes you want to use here. It's all depend on you, your preferences. You understand? So we have cube, we have cone, we have cylinder, disc, and all. It actually goes on and on like that. So for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to let me just try cube here. So I'm just going to do a simple modeling here. You understand? So I'm just going to scale this thing down, maybe to a reward scale. You understand? Because I don't want to model like this and start scaling my my model down at the long run. So I'm just going to just put this, let's say like 50 centimeter here, tab 50 centimeter, press enter. Get. So now this is just short key, so I can just press F to switch in all. Just press Ctrl S. So I just frame to all. So now what I want to do here is I'm just going to add a segment. So let me just put like three segments here. Now you can see that we didn't see anything here. So I want to switch from this solid mode to shading lines. So and the shortcut here is UB. So don't let me use shortcut here. So let's just come to where the panel is. So I just come to option, okay, display rather. So I'll just change it to you can see it's NB. So go on shading lines. You can see now. So now let me just turn my segment there. So just press 2 by 2 by 2. Boom. You understand? So now what I'm about to do right now, I just want to make this editable. So just and I've already made my objects editable, my primitives editable. So okay, I want to now if you want to make it editable, instead of using shortcut, the shortcut here is C. If I just press C to make it editable, but yeah, you can actually come here and make it editable. Just press this icon here. You can see, boom. So I'm going to come to my point mode. So I'm just going to just click this point. You get. So now I want to turn this into to a circle. Then how am I going to do that now? So let me just pick the interface here and the faces here. You get. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to extrude this thing down now. So I'll use inner extrude, which is command I. You can see inner extrude. So now if you don't want to use the shortcut, just right click on your mouse button. You can see this extra stuffs here. So I can decide, okay, I want to extrude inner. So I just pick it, extrude. Okay, this is it, insert. So I'm just going to click it, boom. Now, there's another way you can actually do this too. So if I just press U, you can see it's bring all the whole shortcut here. You understand? So whatever you want to use here, you can just click it. So just take your time to study this. So I'm just going to continue here. So you can see. So I've extruded inner. So I can actually run this thing off. Let's say 15. Boom. So now I can come to my select. Then I want to turn this into circle. Okay, let me right click. There is a new tool here, the fit to circle. Okay, let me use point here. At least should work. Should work. Okay, what I'm trying to do here. Just right click on your mouse and I want to delete the face. Now let me just press delete. So let's try this if it will work. If it will work. Right click on let's fit to circle. I don't know why this thing is not working here. What's going on? I will just undo. Okay guys, sorry for the break. So I actually deciphered that out. So now we are going to pick the points of the all faces. So I'll just right click I'll right click here, sorry, then fit to circle. So I'll just drag it, you can see. So I've already changed the faces now to, to a, you can see that this is actually an, how many sides? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. This is actually an octagon. So but if you actually had a subdivision to this, it will smoothen it out. So I'm just going to use my selection tool, just close to my face. Now you can see now. So now what I can actually do, if I want to scale this thing now, or don't let me use shortcut here. So I'll just right click again. So then normal scaling. So I'll just use normal scaling here. So just come to normal scale. Like I told you, there's a lot of changes here. So you can see now normal scale. So I'll just click. You can see. So now I'm just going to extrude this. Like I told you, the shortcut is D. You get, or just press M. Now you see the shortcut M. Let's see the extrude. Okay, you can see it's empty. The shortcut here is empty. So that's another way you can actually use your shortcuts, because to make your life easier. So I'll just extrude, which is D. Or another way you can do this thing is just use your control to extrude. Now in order for me not to be using loop selection tool, because there is different way you can actually do one thing in Cinema 4D and other 3D packages. So what I'm just going to do here, okay, that, so that you're going to, I'll explain this. So now what I'm going to do here is, I need a loop here too. So I'll just extrude a bit, boom. I'll just hold my control. I don't want, it's too much. Let's say around 6 points is okay. So then I'll hold my control again, boom. You get. So now then I'll use control to extrude again. You get. So now I can actually delete the face now. So now look at what I'm talking about. Boom. You can see that the neck is actually smooth. You get. So now we can actually reduce this thing now. So undo, Ctrl Z. Then I'll use the shortcut D. I'll press D. So just over your mouse, so it will extrude, or come to your offset. Let's just put 1. Boom. Now I'll show you another thing here again that is very, very handy. You get. So now we can come to new transform. You get. So I'll just click, since I've already extruded before, so I'll just click new transform. You can see. So then I can actually increase it to, let's say, around 5. Can you see now? Then I will come again, click new transform, boom. So I want to add another one again. So now I'm just going to press new transform, but it's going to be 1 this time around. You can see. So I'll just add some dimension surface to this, boom. So now here I'm not satisfied with this place. So I'm just turn this thing off here. So I'm just going to add some loop selection here. Now if you want to add loop selection, you have to be in your object mode. So just click here. You can see. So just press Ctrl A. It will highlight the whole object for you. Now if I press U L, that's a loop selection. Loop selection. Have you seen it? So, or if I press UJ, so that one that's UV pillar. So just press UL. So now I have to be in my edge mode. Sorry, KL rather. Sorry about that. KL. So you can see now loop selection. That's loop paths rather. Sorry about that. Loop paths. So I'm just going to add this. Boom. Now I'm just going to put, let's say 90 is okay too. Just, but before in other version is not affordable, you cannot see this. So you can see this in real time. So same this place too. I'll do the same thing. Now we actually have 90 to it now, so I'm just going to put, let's say 10. 10 is good. You get. So now I'll do the same thing. Okay, before we come here, let me just let's see our subdivision. Now you can see now. So I'll just click it off. So now I'm just going to add another thing here too. Let's see what we got. Now you can see. I press NA. Now you can see now. Now look at this thing now. I didn't actually like this. So what I'm just going to do here is I can actually add a font tag here. So just right click. Just come to material tag. I'm sorry about that. Tag. Okay, modeling tag. Oh, they removed this thing. Wow. Okay, you know what? I'll just press Shift C. So I'll just type let's say font tag font. Okay, it's actually there. So sorry, it's actually there. So let me increase this. Let's say 45. So I'll increase my subdivision here. Let's try 3. I can see that it's smoothing this thing out. You get. So this is just a basic thing that you can actually do with this thing. So now we need to be fast with this thing. So I just press NB to show my lines. Then come to my subdivision here. So I'm just going to oops. So now I can delete this thing now. I can delete this thing. Now you can actually see the inside, and this thing doesn't have any thickness. So if I want to add thickness to this object we just actually make now. So let me add another one. Let's put 10. And let's see what we got. Now you can see now. So now I want to do something here now. So I'll just press like inner extrude I. You can see. So I'll just extrude D. Just put it inside. Let's see what we got. If I press Ctrl, that's shortcut, just do a preview render. You can see the down part. So now I'll just zoom in. So I want to do inner extrude I. Just click it down. Oops. Now if you watch some bottle, there is almost some one point something down. So I'm just going to extrude. Let's see what we got. Now you can see that thing. So though this thing I'm actually doing, I didn't actually plan this. We're going to do it anyway. I just want to do some basic finishing, but the way it's going now, let's just do something here. So I'm just going to turn off this. So now I want to add closed surface now to add thickness to what we are doing now. So I just come to my simulate. Okay, it has been removed. So I'll come to I'll just click here, just come to closed surface. So I'll just hold down my Alt. Now in order for you to make it a child, in order for you to make it the parent of the cube, you need to press Alt. But if you want to make it a child of the cube, just press just press Shift. So now just press Alt to make it the parent of the cube. Boom. Now you can see that our object was exported. So I'll just click this thing and I will remove the subdivision surface. so I don't need it. So what I need here is the thickness. Let's just make it in, let's say minus 2. Minus 2 is too much. Let's say minus 0.5. I don't want the thickness to be too much. Now you can see. So if I click this subdivision surface now to see what we got, now you can see that if I do a preview rendering now, I can see what we got. So I'm just going to zoom in. If you actually like the tip, like whatever you want and whatever you are modeling, so now I'm just going to switch this thing off here. So now you know, like I'm doing this thing in a procedural way. So I want to add another subdivision to this thing. Now let me just press 1 just to boom. Then I will add another subdivision here again. Press your Alt to make the parent. Now you see what we got now. So now what I'm just going to do here is let's add a cover. Let's use cylinder here. So in order for me to make this thing work very well, so now I want this thing to stay at the center of our object. So in order for us to do that, so I'm just going to click this thing down, then click our cylinder here. Just hold your Alt, and just make it the parent of the whole object. Then I'll just drag it out. Then I'll scale it down. So now I'll bring this thing up. So now I'll just come to my modeling here. So you can see this yellow point here. Now you can see that this thing actually enters. So because it's very long, so I'm just going to just drag it down a bit. So now in order for you to use your last shortcut or last modifier, actually just press your space bar to do that. So to switch. So I've already switched to my live selection tool. So I'm just going to drag this thing up. So I'm just still, let's see what we got here. So let me just put on this. So let me see here. Now in order for me to see what I'm actually doing here, so I want to change this thing from basics. So I want to see the neck of the bottle, so I just switch it to X-ray. Now you can see that I'm actually seeing what I'm doing. So I just bring it down a bit like this. So just bring it down. Boom. So now I don't need the what's it called, the cap. That's the end cap. I don't need it at all. So I'm just going to remove cap. You get. So I'm just going to switch this thing back. Now you can see that this thing is too wide. So I'm just going to press T for scaling down. So just scale it down a bit. So just okay, cool. So I'm just going to add make this thing editable. Just press Ctrl, just press C. Then I want to close the polygon O. We actually remove the cap. That's the 2 cap. So I'm just going to press MD to close polygon O. So I'll just click the object. You can see. So I'll just click it. Boom. Now, if I hide my object here, these 2 points here, just hold your Alt, then the thing will automatically edit and click it. So or if I just want to turn this thing on like this of and in my final render I can it will show. You get, but if I turn the two off in my final render it will not show at all. So what I'm doing here is the same technique we use in adding thickness to the object. That's our bottle. So we want to use the same things here. So just come to this icon here, boom. So then add clothes surface. Like I told you, hold your alt to make it the parent. If you are making it the child, use shift. So I want to make this in the parent of the cylinder. So boom. So now I want to name this thing. Let's just type cover. So this one is just, let's say, body, body. So I don't need the subdivision, just 0. So now I want to make this thing the thickness to go outside. I don't want it to go inner. So I'll just click it. Let's say 0.5. You can see that it's actually extrude out. So this is too thick. Let me just use one. Okay, let's try two. I think this is fair. Now you can see. So if I actually switch this one on, let's see what we got. Now you can see the inner. So let me just add some division surface to this. Now you can see if I actually hide this thing, now we can see we have a back face here. You get. So let me just hide this. Now we're going to fix this now. If I come to my cylinder here, now I hide my subdivision surface. Now you can see what this thing, you can see what it brings for us now. You can see. So what I'm just going to do here is click it, just come to my live selection. So I'm just going to delete. So I'm just press the shortcut to the MD. So I want to change this thing from okay, this is what I actually wanted. Now you can see. Now I can actually rotate this thing to where I want. Get. Depending on what you are looking for. So I'll just switch this to 0. Now if I do this here and add it, you can see that we will actually fix that. Now you can see. So now I want this thing to be straight. So I'll just undo. MD. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Yes, only back to 0. Okay, sorry about that. So I've added thickness to this thing. So now let's see what we got here. I don't like the way the top is. I need to fix that. So what I'm just going to do here is just come to my cylinder, then I want to remove all the polygon, so just press UZ, actually clean it up. So let's see what we got here. So that is the same thing now. So now I'm going to scale this thing, UI. I just press I. Now you can see. Then I'll do the same thing. Now you can see that we've already fixed that. Sorry for taking the time here. So now I want to make this thing editable. I'll switch up this thing. So I'll just press C, same shortcut. Just drag this one in and delete this. Just copy, C, escape, and delete. Control V, enter. So now I'm just going to come to my polygon selection. So I think we have an issue here. I need to undo this thing. I need to be very careful when I do this thing. Look at this dark polygon. So that means I've done the extrude inner too much. Okay, so let's see. Let's drag it, enter. Okay, so now I want to add a loop selection here, some loop cuts rather here. So I just press K add for my loop selection. So I'll just come here and look for where I can actually make the cut. So I'll just add it here. You can see it's 81. So let me just put, let's put just need some round and bevel. So let's put 85. So something on the other side. Let's put 85. 85. Enter. So same thing here. Sorry. So I'll just add 15. Yeah. So add that down outside here too. Just put 15. So let's see what we got. Just add this thing and now you can see the bevel. So I press MA and just use my last selection and click out from this. Now you can see now. I can see. So don't come back now. So now you can see, guys. I don't need to add any much thing, so let's just move further. Now I want to group this thing together. Now you can right click and go. You can press or G. Or G here is to group. So now if I actually right click here, I can group object. You can see the shortcut is called G. Boom. So I'll just put bottle No time for reserve. I've done the creases of the cap. So now actually I have a plugin here. Do you understand? So I will show you actually what you can actually do. So okay, just come to your coordinates. Now, from the stats, our cube was we actually used 50, so I'll just press 50. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry, 100. So, let's see. Okay, so press 40. So now I want to switch now. I want to switch. So now I'm just going to create a camera from this. Just create a camera. So I want to change the perspective. Now before we actually do that, let me press Ctrl B or click this J. You get just sorry this J here. So I'll press Ctrl B. That's the shortcut. I'm already used to shortcut. So now maybe probably want to post it on Instagram. So let's just add 1080 by 1080, or maybe we can actually do portrait size. Maybe let's say 1350. Okay, let's say the weight is 1080. And here let's add 1350. So boom. So now I want to add I want to change the perspective. From front view. So I'll just draw my object here. Just zoom in. Now in order to do, want to zoom in, now you can actually use your middle mouse, then click and do what, and just drag. If you want to pan and rotate, just hold your Alt and then rotate. So if you want to zoom, you can just use this icon here to zoom. So okay, I want to add a tag here. She's a plugin, but it's not more here. So because I've updated my stuff to, I just come to extension. So I just use snap to flow. Just click it. Boom. You can see my object actually jump up. Just press rotate. I want to rotate this object. So these are our main focus here. So I'm just going to add another object. Let's see. Add Q sphere. So I'll just click it down here like this. Just bring this one here. I'll scale it down. Just do whatever you want. So I'll just hold my control to just duplicate it. Then T for scale. Yes. So I can add another object here. Let's scale this one down. Let's come to our object. Then just what we want to do here. So we can actually make it tiny. then you can rotate it. I'm not going to do any serious texturing. So I can add another way again. And, let's add a tube. Boom. Can do rotates. Just click on this. Just rotates. So let's just explore. I want to add let's add a star. So I'll just scale it down and just put this thing in the middle. So now on this star, now I can do whatever I like. You can twist. Get. So then if you want to change the point, it's up to you. It's up to what you want. So now what I'm going to do, I want to extrude this thing now. There's different way we can actually extrude. So I can add extrude nodes here. So look at this icon. Now click, let me just really explain this thing to you. Now extrude, you want to extrude the spline, get. Now last thing on in a previous tutorial, I'm going to, or in a future tutorial, I'm going to explain all these tools, how it work. So now you can actually do things here. Now I can actually extrude. Boom. I've extruded that. So now I can actually rotate to see what we actually have. Now you can see. So now the extrusion is too low, the offset is too high. So I'm just going to. Now you can see that the star enter our main object here. So what are you going to do? I'm just going to switch to. You can actually press the shortcut is F5. Get. I'm on a Mac, so I'm using FN F5 to switch to all my views here. So I'm just going to click this extrude, then don't come to my selection tag. So just bring it at the back here like this. Just drag this one here. Boom. So cool. So I just come to here like this. Just click it back. Now I want to duplicate this style again. So then just bring this one out. Just going to delete. So now let's add another. Let's add a circle. Now see what I'm talking about. So I'll just scale down the circle a bit. T for scale. So now I want to sweep the circle around the star. So I'm just going to hold my alt and just click on it. And this one is the main object, so I just want to put it under it like this. Boom. So now what I told you, F5, let's see what we got here. So I'm just going to click here in my tab. Okay, let's scale our star. Now you can see that it's actually too small. So I'm going to increase the circle. The radius is too small. Just 2.5. Okay. It is actually getting distracted. Okay, I'll just bring this thing up like this. So just click it. So just kill. Sorry, audio control. So on my control, then drag this one here like this. Scale down. So I can just click this one and duplicate, hold control, then just bring this one here. So put my angle here, so just scale down. It's just a show hierarchy. So I'm just going to leave this one, just hide it, don't need it. It's not distracting. So now I'm going to add some material here, not too serious. So just come here, you can see that we have empty canvas here. So if I actually double click with your mouse, so now you can see these are materials. So I want to open this. We just click, then now this is form parts. So now I want to change these things to I'll remove the reflectance, come to color, then here I want to add okay, let me add gradients, effects, gradients. So now I want to group all these things together, just add the materials together. I'm not texturing this thing all separately, so I'm just going to G to group. So let's just G. So I'll just drag this material on my geo. Now you can see what we got here. So I'm just going to click this thing. So I'm just going to change this thing from linear to let's try circle. Okay, let's switch. It's too dark. Okay, so I press Ctrl R just to do a preview. Now you can see Ctrl R. So now I'll add turbulence to this thing. Let me just try, let's say 4,000. This is too much. So now I just need some gradients. So okay, let me bring this one, let's say 15. And this one is somewhere around 4,000. I can see the noise. I can see. Actually, I like this. I like this part. This for lightning. So let's just tweak a bit. Let's put something out. Wow. This is sweet. Sweet. This feels good. Wow. Okay, you know what? I want to add another. I'll just duplicate, just audio control, or just click one part here. So I'm just going to just bring this one down a little bit. Boom. At least just to show some variation. Uh, Texture. Let's try to render it. Okay, it's too dark. I'm not sure where this place. Okay, I think this is cool. Okay, nice. Now we are going to do this another round. So right now, what I'm going to do is I want to launch my Photoshop. Launch my Photoshop. So now this is cool. So now I want to duplicate this thing. I want to show you another thing here. So I just so I'm not using color this time around. I'm using luminance. So I'll use alpha channel with this thing. Let me try let's go to viewports. Let's try. Actually, need a preset here. So presets. Let's try this. My internet is not okay. Let's just do. Let's press OK. Now I can actually add it on top. So I'm just going to switch to fish. You can see here. So it's all depends on what you want. Then switch on my alpha. Try this time. Now you can see that when we had when we remove the texture, now we are not seeing, we're only seeing the solid now. In order for us to see the whole 3D, that's so. And now I'm just going to add another just gradients. Yeah, so we got so much. Okay, you know what? Let me just. I can actually drag this thing. Just come to your alpha here. Just paste it on top. Let's see what we got. Now you can see. Sweet. So now let's just tweak what we have here. Okay, so cool. So I'm just going to turn off this thing. So just so I'm just going to render this thing out. Now before that, I need to set a path where I want my render to go. So I'll just come to my output. Now since we are not doing animation here or motion graphics, so just stick to this. So I'll just come to my save, just change this thing to OpenEXR. That's what I use most time because it will give you a good resolution. So just OpenEXR, then just click this point here. Sorry, just click this thing, something like a folder. Just click it. So direct it to where you want. You can see I've done something before, so I'll just save this thing to my desktop tutorial. So just save it there. Now, funny enough, now don't make the mistakes of this because sometimes your software can actually act up. So you haven't saved what we have been doing since. So I'll just press Ctrl S to save. Get. So I just come to my desktop, just just save. Our bottle. Just play like that. So just save it. Now, if you want to show process of your work, now there's a way you do it. You can actually save incremental. I actually learned this when I was when I was working on Maya. So when you're using Maya, you can save as many things you want to save. At least you can actually go back to it. Since if your what's it called, your your project corrupt, because I've encountered that very well. I've worked for longer hours. Thank God for I was actually saving incremental. So it's very important. Take notes. So I'm just going to render this thing out. Just the render will not take time. So because we didn't add any light, we didn't add anything. So for the sake of this concept, so just boom. So now you can see. So I just close this one. So the same thing here. I'm just going to turn off this thing too. So let's just render. Oops. Let me just. I need to change this one to. Change the path to 2. So just save. Save. So now just render everything out. So just close down my cinema 4D. Just come to my Photoshop. So just click this one down here. So now I want to open my EXR file, my desktop. Just right click or double tap to just show you. So open with Photoshop. Just okay. Yeah, we have our render here. That's nice. So now we are going to do some basic things here. At least now I can actually turn this thing off. So now the way Photoshop actually behave on this particular Excel file. Now I have to beat this thing down to 8 bit instead of 32 bits. So I'll just come to my image. Oops, sorry, just come to my image from mode, change from 32 bit to 8 bits. Now you can see what this thing brought, so I don't need this thing. So I just just turn this into a layer and just come back and switch to 8 bit. To ask you, do you want to match? Don't match. So boom. So now I want to add some things here that will you can actually color this thing up. Just come to my filter here. So just click gradient map. Now you can see what we got here. So now let's just click this thing. So I can add whatever I want here. If you're adding this thing, to go back to where we actually render from. So it all depends on you. It depends on what you are looking for, the look and feel of what you are looking for. So let me just change this thing. I think I like this. This is pretty cool. Let's try it. This is a neutral color. Let's try this orangey. Okay, let's just press OK. So now we can actually tweak this thing. So like I told you, it all depends on what you're looking for. So now I can actually add another thing here. Let me add level to this thing. So I have to change this color. Okay, cool. So let me just open this thing. Second one. Okay. So now we do the same thing as the same way we did the previous one. 8 bits. Don't match. So I'm just going to add a gradient map to this thing. Let's see what we got. So let's try I want a darker shade. Okay, yeah. Okay. Now I want to do something. It's not about I want to do something, so I can add let me just add noise to this. Okay, I'll delete this. So now I want to group this thing onto G. So I can actually convert this one to smart objects. Okay, let me just convert this into smart objects. So then I'll come to filter, then hard noise. So it's all depending on what you want. This one's really nice. Then this is cool. So I'm just going to my gradient map. Just click. This is nice. Okay, cool. So you can actually add whatever you want. Let's write some text. Maybe probably okay. Let's just go with that. So I'm just going to save this thing out. Control S. Let's save the Photoshop file. Okay. Save. So Control S. Let's go just let's copy this tutorial. So sorry, JPEG. Let's save. I'm just going to Control S. I can see that we actually use different approach, for this. As you go, so we can actually tweak. I can't wait for you what you guys are going to come up with. So you can actually tag me on social media. You can tag me on Instagram. You can tag me. You can tag Shadows on Instagram or Masign Academy. Okay. Just going to save this one as the second one. Okay, 2. Let's big save. Then yeah, and that's all. So thank you guys for joining me in this channel. Click and subscribe to my YouTube channel, for content like this. So, and I really appreciate you guys for your time for watching. Bye bye.